I'm just going to do another intro. I had a bit of a camera malfunction. I don't know what happened there. So this is carrying on from my last video. This is now the afternoon, and I've moved to this little lake, a little sort of chalk pit. Excuse me. And I've actually moved swims. I was somewhere else, but it was very quiet there. So I had a little mooch around and settled in this swim. I've always seen fish in this swim. No matter really when I've come down to this place, there's always a bit of activity here. I've fished it a few times. I've always caught. So I'm having a little go here. I've got a bottom bait rig down the edge. I've got a pop up on a chod rig over there in a little bay. The little bay can sometimes have quite a lot of dead rubbish on the bottom there. That's why I've got a chod rig on. And also because I had it on already. But it is suitable for fishing here. The other way to approach it is a solid bag, which is what I would tend to normally do actually, a solid bag and a bottom bait. I'm not a big pop-up angler. I like to have baits on that are attractive, and I think pop-ups are limited in their attractiveness. You're kind of relying on your freebies to bring the fish in, and then the fish's sort of inquisitive nature to get them to take the pop-up. I think they're much more of a visual bait than anything else. Anyway, we'll see how we fare here, because the other spot didn't say anything, and no liners, nothing. So we'll stay here for the night, I think. Right, I shall let you know if I catch anything. I'll give you a little tour of the swim in a minute, and you can have a look. I've got one bait there, and one there. And then you can see, whoop, step over my rods. Over there, in the middle of the screen now, is that reed bed, and I sometimes fish up against that. And you've got this sort of open water, little lily bed, and a whole load of cabbagey shit down the edge here. Lovely venue, nobody else here today. This bit you can see is not the whole picture. It's actually 4 ponds, all roughly about this size, that are all joined onto each other. So it's a big, long, narrow lake with sort of distinct areas. Right, have a cup of tea. Success! Got this lovely little carp. They really are quite something, these fish in here. Really pretty. There we go. Don't know how big it is. 9-10 pounds, I'd say. Something like that. But they've all got these, well, not all of them, but most of them have got these fantastic apple slice scales on them. And they're bred in the pond. I think they were introduced in the 60s. Looks a little bashed up from spawning, I think. Alright, I'll bung him back. I caught that on a chod rig actually, which is something I don't often use at all. The pop-up. I normally use bottom baits. Alright, pop him back, get the rods back out, see if we can get some more. Looking a bit black over there. I don't know, it doesn't look that black in the viewfinder, but trust me, it's looking like it's going to rain a lot. I had nothing else since that fish. I've had a little wander round. I don't know if you can see here, I'll poke. There's a little swim there. You kind of walk round to it. So I've basically thrown some bait in against that reed line there, and just chucked a bottom, well, it's actually it's a snowman, so it's a bottom bait in a trimmed pop-up in a little PVA bag with some pellets and boilie crumb in there, and just whack that against the reed bed. I've caught a few fish over there in the past, excuse me, so we'll give that a whirl. Haven't seen it. I've put a bit of hemp, you know, down that margin there to my right, and not seen anything at all moving there, so I thought I'd chuck it over there for a little bit and see what happens. And just wait for this rain to come across. Duck. There's been a little troop of 4 of those ducks knocking about all day. I love this venue. It's really, really nice. I, as you know, I don't tend to carp fish on sort of carp venues that are full, busy, and you know, just full of idiots spotting shit around the place. I can't be bothered with that. I'd much rather fish somewhere where I can do my own thing and not have to worry about anyone else. And this fits the bill. You know, the busy down here, there'll be 3 people. And today, bank holiday weekend, I'm the only one here. It's great. I think there's sort of 30 odd members or whatever. Just trying to think how many swims are on here. There's got to be about 20 swims, I would say, something like that. Maybe a bit more, 25. It's run by a little club. They do matches and stuff now and again, but normally it's just a couple of people carp fishing. They don't get massive. Biggest in here is 20, low 20s. They're very nice looking fish. It's not an easy venue, but blanks are quite rare. I came down on my birthday last year, dragged the girlfriend down here, and I managed to blank. But other than that, apart from early in the spring when it was very cold, I did a couple of nights down here then and didn't catch. But other than that, I usually catch sort of 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 fish. So that's quite a nice number. You got to think about what you're doing and fish kind of smart, but you usually catch, and that's good. There's no point sitting out somewhere blanking. What's the point in that? You might as well just sit in a field with a fishing rod. You got to catch stuff. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and get in my little house before it tips down. I'll update you if I catch any more. Well, morning folks. Not a great deal in the night. I did lose 1 fish. It felt like a very decent one actually. That was on the rod cast over to the reeds there. Managed to get him down into below my rod tip, and then the hook pulled, which is unusual. I don't lose many fish. Probably only 1 or 2 a season actually. It's a bit annoying. I just had a little wander around, and there's a group of carp up on the top in the next pond down. I just chucked a crumbed up boilie at them, and they went down on top of that. So what I'm going to do is pack up and basically sort of fish off the barrow, kind of have a little stalking rod set up and just free line some bread or a lump of luncheon meat at them and see if we can catch one more before we go home. Well, I didn't catch anything stalking about the place. I didn't try it for very long. They'd kind of cleared off by the time I'd packed all my gear up. So just the one fish and one lost. Nice though, nice and quiet, and I'll be back sometime in the next few weeks. So I've got the start of the river season, of course, so I've got to do a bit of recceing for that and a bit of pre-baiting, I imagine. That'll probably use up quite a few of my evenings in between now and the 16th, and I'll be down in the Fens first night, and then I'm meeting up with a friend who's coming over from America, so probably won't do any filming. I might do, we'll see. I tend not to film when I'm with people, so I can't say when the next video will be, but it won't be a year. Let's put it that way. I'll see you later.